Hello, is it feta cheese you're looking for? Let me melt you on my fries. Let me put some broccoli in there too. Are you in a saute pan being sauteed? Or is someone deep frying you? Alright, hi everyone. This is my interview, phone call, whatever you want to call it, with Regan Benson. She's awesome. Here we go.
Hello.
Hello.
Hey, John.
Hi, Regan.
How are you?
Awesome.
Good.
How are you?
I'm peachy.
What?
I'm peachy.
Peachy? Does that mean just a little bit of fuzz?
Yeah, I'm helping. I'm helping post some comments here on Eric's new postings of Guzman, and the goal here is for everyone to file complaints with the city of Denver on Guzman, so we can track it because you can do it all online.
Oh.
Yeah. So,
awesome.
So this is going to be interesting. Yeah.
So let me ask, you don't mind me recording and publishing this call, right?
Nope. Perfectly fine.
Okay. Let me see. Before I just start asking a bunch of questions. First of all, I saw you on an Eric Brandt Liberty Freak video. You, Eric, and Abity went to, where was that building that you were at the police station?
In Fort Morgan, It was the courthouse.
Courthouse.
It's all combined. So
okay.
the sheriff's department, the courthouse, and the jail. It's all combined.
What's the name of it again?
Morgan County.
Morgan County, Colorado, right?
Correct.
And you said that video was basically the middle of the story.
Right.
So, what was the beginning?
So, did you get the stuff that I sent you?
I have no idea.
Okay. I emailed you the whole story.
Okay.
It's a really fascinating story because it started in 2015 when I went to a courthouse in this judicial district. There's 7 counties in this judicial district, and Morgan happens to be one of them. There's another one, Logan County, and that's where the DA's office is located inside the courthouse. And I had gone there back in 2015 to get some discovery because the cops, targeted my kid, charging him with some crimes. He was a minor at the time, so I'm going to go get his discovery. I go to courthouses all over the metro area in Denver, all over the place.
Mm-hmm.
Nowhere do they prevent you from having your computers, your cell phones, nothing. It's never a problem in any of the metro area courthouses. This judicial district has a problem with the First Amendment.
Mm-hmm.
They don't want anybody having their cell phones, their computers, nothing in these courthouses. And I learned this for the first time back in 2015 when I went into this courthouse with my son. We both had our cell phones. I'm carrying my purse. I know not to take knives and guns and all those dangerous things into a courthouse.
Mm-hmm.
And I go through security, and I got my phone, and then I had it in my pocket or something, and set it off, and he goes, "Do you have a cell phone?" I said, "Yeah." "Oh, you can't have that." "What?" "Yeah, you can't have your cell phone in here." I said, I need to go conduct business over there at the DA's office. "Yeah, the DA's office is in there. You got to go through security." And I had all of the stuff I needed. Who doesn't use their cell phone for all their note-keeping, emails, everything, right? Who the hell doesn't use their cell phone anymore?
I make a living with my cell phone.
Yeah, it is your personal papers and effects. It's your telephone. It can be your lifeline to remind you to take your medication. What if you're diabetic? I mean, there's a million reasons.
What if you have a iPod Touch without a phone function?
No electronics, apparently.
Oh, no electronics. So nothing that can record audio or video is basically what they're worried about, like usual.
I guess.
Transparency. Okay.
Yeah. But I learned this back in 2015 with my cell phone. And this cop got, he got a flip with me, this sergeant, and he ended up throwing me into a wall.
Wow.
Back in 2015. I sent you that video. You'll have it. You'll see it.
Okay.
So it started back then. And
whoa.
Bullshit. What are you doing? What are you doing? This is insane. And so, I leave there. I never got his discovery. Yeah, straight. I got on the phone right away to make a police report because I was just assaulted.
Right.
You think anybody would take that report? Oh, hell no.
So no one took the report?
Nobody took that report in 2015.
Okay.
So I filed a motion with the courts to ask the judge for special prosecution to prosecute that cop for fucking assaulting me.
Mm-hmm.
It took me 4 months to get a hearing. Cost $270 for the filing fee.
Mm-hmm.
Every judge in the district recused himself, and the chief judge appointed a retired judge. I go to my hearing.
Mm-hmm.
It lasts 1 minute and 30 seconds. She doesn't let me enter my video evidence.
Right. That's the game they like to play. And why wouldn't she let you enter the video evidence?
Didn't give me a reason. Well, except that she's the judge and she can make the rules.
Right.
I was so pissed off I had to walk out of that courtroom because my only option was to appeal. Well, that was going to be another $400 for that filing fee.
Yeah, and they set it up that way.
Absolutely. So I didn't do it, right? Here we are in 2018.
Mm-hmm.
But in the process of all of that, right, I start getting activated politically. I start calling out the DA for her bullshit. I start calling out the chief judge for his bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
I start telling people they better vote these judges out, right? So they figure out who I am.
Where are you doing this? Where are you doing this?
Mostly online.
Like, what do you mean by online?
Community a little bit. Facebook, getting the press to try to pick some of this stuff up.
Do you have a YouTube channel?
Oh, yeah.
What is it?
Regan Benson.
Just like mine, first and last name?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, very good. So...
And I sent you all the links to this stuff in that email. You'll see it.
I'll be up till 4 in the morning watching it, don't worry.
Yeah, it's good shit.
I'm sure it is.
So we're back to 2018.
Mm-hmm.
And Eric and I...
Where'd you meet Eric?
We had to go... Eric Brandt? Oh,
yeah.
I've known Eric for a long, long time. So I've always been a follower and a fan, and I finally reached out to him, a year and a half ago.
Mm-hmm.
I said, hey, this 13th Judicial District, it's a mess out here. You should come out here and take a look. He never really responded, right? And I just kept following him, and finally somebody reaches out to me in this little town of Brush. It's also in the same judicial district. It's in Morgan County.
Mm-hmm.
And she's having some issues over there. She's an elected official. And then a couple other people start reaching out to me. They're having problems with the cops and all this crazy shit, right?
Yeah.
Well, I'm not going to go do this stuff alone. I need a hell of a fighter because this is brutal in rural Colorado. Rural towns, they suck. Everybody knows everybody. You're an outsider. They're going to destroy your kids, your life, everything.
Mm-hmm.
Because we haven't been out here that long. We're from the metro area, and we had just moved out here for our son to finish high school. We thought it would be a less of a cop experience.
Right.
That was a stupid fucking move. It was 10 times worse.
Okay.
So I called her friend. I said, look, we need to go to this city council meeting. But this bullshit, they're trying to censor this city council member because she supposedly typed STP on her personal Facebook page. Well, she wasn't a fan of the police. And she was starting to get vocal about it on her personal Facebook page, and the goddamn city council censored her for it. No.
How?
Right? Oh, they had a public hearing, and the censor on an elected board is just a slap on the wrist, a public humiliation when they think you've done something that violates a code of conduct or some standard that they have as an elected official. They make all this shit up.
Right. So what does she type in? FTP. That's it.
Yeah.
So film the police. They got a problem with.
They got a problem with fuck the police, right? And they took it as her being disrespectful to the police. I mean, we're talking. You're going to mind your shit out here. You're going to do what we tell you. You're going to respect the police. They had a 30 they got a dirty force in this little town. And she knew it, and she was the only one that was going to speak up, and she kind of started to get verbal on her first personal Facebook page. She reached out to me. She said, we got a lot of this going on, and I said, well, you certainly can't do it alone, right?
Right.
No, and I said, yeah, you just hang in there. I said, we'll be there,
What's her name?
So I called Eric. And we went out to this meeting together, and he went up to the podium to speak. And he goes, I don't know what the fuck is wrong with you people. But fuck the police is very much constitutionally protected free speech. He was arrested within 30 seconds.
Yeah. He told me about that. Yeah, that was crazy.
That's the toilet brush flush. He settled with them.
And then, he told me he got like $25K.
Yes, he did.
Good for him. Good for him.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
So, city council meeting, Eric Brandt gets arrested.
Right. Okay. So, he's got to appear in court in Morgan County, right, on this charge. April of this year. Well, he's in custody in Denver on a lost appeal. So they haul his ass out here, right, for his hearing. So I'm going to go. Well, I go by myself, right? And this time, I've got my iPad. This is back in April. I got my iPad with me because I got a bunch of documents that I need his attorney to see, right? Of course I'm going to be there. Well, I didn't even take my fucking cell phone with me. I didn't even take my phone with me. Okay, I go into this Morgan County courthouse. I've never been in there. But mind you, it's the same judicial district, so they got all these bullshit rules. Well, they're for sure not going to let anyone even have electronics in there. But I don't see a sign. It just says no cell phones. I'm like, fuck these people, right? And so I go through security, and one of the cops goes, is that a tablet? Yeah? You can't have that in here. I said, what are you talking about? It's an iPad. Yeah, no electronics in here. I see you guys are fucking crazy.
What if all your case information's on there?
Too bad. Pro se? Oh, you're pro se? Yeah, fuck you. You need to go get an order from the judge.
No.
Yeah.
No.
There's nothing to do with this shit out here, right?
Dude, that's sick.
Okay. I said to her, what are you going to do if I take my iPad in here? My personal papers and effects that I need in the courtroom.
Right.
And she looked at me. I said, what are you going to do? Well, you can't take it in there. What are you going to do? And she wouldn't answer me.
Right.
I picked my iPad up and I walked off.
And you walked in?
And I went and sat down. Oh, yeah. I didn't walk into the courtroom.
Right.
I walked down the hall. I sat down. And, of course, within 5 fucking minutes, here they all come. And you'll see that video. I got that in that email for you. Okay? But not only do they come, here comes this fucking bitch, the district attorney. And she's in jeans and a green T-shirt. You'll see her in the video. And she comes up after the cops are giving me all kinds of shit, and I'm telling them they're violating my rights, and you better leave me alone, and don't you put your hands on me. And she walks up to me, and she goes, do you want me to have them throw you out by force? I looked at her up and down. I said, oh, and who are you? You know who I am. I'm District Attorney Brittany Luton. This thing.
Brittany who? Brittany who?
Brittany Luton. Lewton.
Thank you.
You should see. I gotta send you her professional headshot.
Oh,
That's
no.
the one thing I didn't send you. God, you wait till you see this shit. You are gonna die. Okay. So anyway, she comes walking out, and I look at her. I'm like, what the hell are you talking about? She's like, I'm going to go print the order from Chief Judge Singer. Guys, you're going to have to throw her out by force. And she goes stomping off, right?
Chief Judge who?
Chief Judge Singer.
Singer?
G-E-R.
Okay. He's the piece of shit that's behind this? Okay.
So, I get up because I'm actually sitting in the wrong hall, and I need to walk across the courthouse. And they all surround me. All these fucking, just giant, fucking, huge, gigantuan men.
Douchebags.
All around me. This is back in April, right? And so they literally, Brett Mahagan throws me through the door, but the door is open this time, right? And I stay on my feet. Okay? This is back in April. But I didn't leave. I stood there and did a live stream on Facebook for an hour and a half during Eric's trial. And I did it outside the door as this cop stood guard in front of the door, right? So I'm through the glass, and I'm calling him every name in the book, right? And I got the iPad out, and I'm recording him. I'm like, hey, cops commit suicide at a higher rate than the average person because they go to work every day and fuck everybody over, and then they go home and try to sleep. And I just beep for a straight hour and a half.
Did you call him a blue waffle?
No.
Okay.
I love that.
We got to throw that one in our repertoire.
Somebody posted on your video falafel, blue falafel.
I like blue waffle.
I like that one.
Because if somebody Googles that, oh Lord.
Yeah, that's good.
So for an hour and a half, he's sitting there guarding you. He's guarding you for an hour and a half.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So that you won't capture any of the goings on in the public area of the courthouse.
Yep.
So why is that so important to them?
I don't know.
What are they doing in the public areas of the courthouse?
I don't know.
Okay.
Got some body cam footage. You can kind of see some of that on one of the links that I give you.
All right. So
yeah, so that's back in April.
That's April of this year.
Yeah.
All right.
So I leave. That's uneventful, right? But Eric and I are, we're getting fired up. We're gonna kick some ass on this issue, right?
Yes, please. I was loving every second of it.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
So July comes around, and that's what you saw, okay? July.
Mm-hmm.
So Eric's in the courthouse.
So what's Eric doing at the courthouse?
He's filing some motions. He's doing some shit in there. He's doing business in there.
Okay.
And he's got his cell phone because Brittany Luton made sure that he had an order to have his cell phone in there because you don't know this, but behind the scenes, Eric called Brittany Luton, the DA, who's prosecuting him. They had an hour and a half conversation, and he told her how shit was going to work or else.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Oh, she didn't want anything to do with Eric. So she made sure that Eric was able to have his cell phone in that courthouse. Why this bitch is in bed with this chief judge? I'm telling you. Yeah. Sure, that Eric can have his cell phone. Well, I'm not even there that day, right? This is total happenstance. Eric texts me. He's like, hey, I'm in the Morgan County Courthouse with my cell phone. I said, get the fuck out. I said, what's going on? He's like, I don't know. I got this order. It's all kind of, they covered up all the names and all this shit, blah, blah, blah. Well, I wasn't even that far away. I said, give me half an hour. I'll be right over there.
Yeah.
So Liberty Freak is outside filming. I get there. We kind of start chatting, right? I go in that foyer. You see me start recording, right? Yeah, and so then you see all that shit go down. He throws me through the door, yada, yada, yada.
No, whoa. You can't just yada, yada, yada over the best part. So you start giving the guy who Abity was calling a manatee, the security guard.
Shafts out. No, he's a cop.
You start telling him you swore an oath to the Constitution. He's like, yup. You swore an oath to the First Amendment. Yup. And then, but all that goes down the toilet when the judge makes an order. So a judge's order supersedes constitutional law. Is what they're getting. Is that what we're understanding?
Yes.
So you
follow orders.
So you're grilling him, and then the undersheriff comes out, which looks like a side effect off of an egg yolk or something with some really bad teeth. And how the hell is that guy running unopposed? That's disturbing.
You know why?
Why?
Because this is how the good old boy club works out here. He's been the undersheriff for this long, and it's just an unsaid agreement that he becomes sheriff. It happens in all of these small towns.
Why can't anyone in the town run against him?
Sure, they could run against him. I tried to find somebody. I talked to several people. They're like, "Oh, fuck no, I'm not. You don't do that here. He's he's already sworn in. You don't cross that path. You don't."
That's exactly what you do.
I know. It's not him.
So he comes out and he starts not only cop-splaining but cop-acting like you guys are obstructing anyone from coming and going and pretending like you're causing the problem. He's just acting. He's like escorting people in and out as if they can't get by you for some reason. He's pretending. Yep. He's trying to pretend and create a situation that isn't there and trying to pretend like you guys are causing a disturbance because he doesn't like your message. That you keep calling them out on the record that they're violating the Constitution. And
absolutely.
And then you stood your ground when he was trying to escort someone who didn't need to be escorted, nor did anyone need his assistance. So he tried to walk through between you and some scanning equipment. There wasn't enough room there. You told him to go around. And mind you, you were grilling the guy the whole time, but you don't like it, bro. Turn your back and walk back into your hole you came out of if you don't like it. And send the people who made these stupid orders, and we'll talk to them directly. It's not our fault they throw you in the fire, right? So
I asked him to send the sheriff out. Yep.
Right, I heard you. And so there wasn't enough room. So instead of him being a gentleman and walking around you, he grabs you, throws you through the double doors, and next thing we see is you on the ground.
And did you hear what he said?
And then he doubled down. He's like, "Damn right, I threw you on the ground," or something like that.
I was laying on my back, and I'm pretty sure that I had hit my head and knocked myself out for a few split seconds because I have a past head injury, so I can get concussions really easy.
Okay.
And I'm sure that I had been knocked out. And the first thing that I saw when I opened my eyes was his face standing over, looking down at me. And the first thing that came to mind was, get off the fucking floor before he stomps on your face.
Oh, I see.
I quick rolled over. I saw my phone. I grabbed my phone. And man, the adrenaline just...
And then you stood your fucking ground, and then he backed off.
Yeah, especially when Eric got through there.
Dude, most fucking men wouldn't have the sack to do what you did in that foyer.
Yeah. I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing, but I have no fear. You know what I mean? Because
it's both.
Yeah, because that's going to get me killed.
Well, don't get killed. Just
Yeah.
Think it through a little. But let me ask. So the guy assaults you, and then that inflated bitch comes out with a stupid look on her face. So she must condone that too. She probably thought you deserved it. Yeah. Who's that, by the way? Did we ID her yet?
Barbie. Her last name is Barbie. She's a detective at the sheriff's department. Yeah. She's a cop.
Yeah. And?
I don't know. That's really all I know about her.
Okay.
She seemed to be fine with all of it. Yeah, she had no problem. She acted like she couldn't hear.
Right. Yeah.
Worked hard.
Yeah. I wish a spitball hit her in the forehead when she did that. That would have been great.
Maybe she's deaf. Maybe they have a deaf cop on staff. I don't know.
Yeah. Maybe she's part of Def Leppard. But, what was I going to say? So, where that video ends, it sounded like you were about to call 911.
Yep.
And did you call 911?
Eric called 911 because here's what happened. They stopped recording because I didn't call 911. Things went way crazy there because I had a concussion. I know I did. Mm-hmm. And so I started just fumbling with my phone. And he saw me. So he just stopped recording. He's like, are you all right? Or I'm like, I don't know, right? And things were going black, and I was about to throw up, right? Because everything had calmed down. And so Eric called 911. And the ambulance, get this shit. Nobody knows this part of the story. The ambulance drove by the front of that courthouse really super slow. And guess what? It just kept on driving.
What?
Eric went and chased the fucking ambulance down to get them to come back.
Did they?
Oh, yeah, they came back, and they came strolling up, at a leisurely pace, and they were more interested in Eric. They wanted to fight with Eric. They didn't give a shit that I was standing there, kind of, wobbling around, and Eric's like, would you fucking do something? They're like, oh, no, we're not going to put up with you. You know damn good and well what was going on. They were inside. They called the ambulance. They told that fucking ambulance not to come. I guarantee it.
I believe it. Because that makes them liable. Because then, exactly.
I'm not going to comment on the particulars of this, of everything else we know, because we've got these criminal cases going on, right? So,
did the paramedics finally give you whatever they call service?
Yeah. They finally realized that I was in pretty bad shape because I was starting to throw up, and they put me on the stretcher, and they took me in the ambulance, and I pretty much blacked out. We got to the hospital. They're wheeling me in. We get in this room, and there's another cop standing in there, a Fort Morgan cop.
Mm-hmm.
There's the city of Fort Morgan where the courthouse is.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, well, I need to know what happened. I'm like, you need to get the fuck out of here is what you need to do. I got up. I said, I don't want anything in here. I said, I want to leave. Oh, they come rushing in. Oh, no, you can't leave. I said, get this shit out of my arm. I'm leaving.
Mm-hmm.
I made him take the IV out. I walked out. I fucking walked out. And Eric and Abdi were freaking out in the lobby. I'm like, let's go. Let's get the fuck out of here. And they're kind of overwhelmed because they know something's wrong with me, right? And they're like, Regan, what are you going to do? I'm like, let's just go outside and sit down, okay? Let's just go out here and make sure I don't have a concussion, make sure I'm going to, be all right. And so we sat outside for about 30 minutes, right outside the ER.
Mm-hmm.
And, oh, my God, were we harassed like crazy.
By who?
By administrators of the hospital kept coming out. So are you going to just stay here? And the first couple times they came out, I told them, I said, could I please just sit here? They finally told us to leave. I turned on and I said, you know what? I said, you can fucking go back inside. I said, when we decide to leave is when we'll leave.
Who's telling you to leave?
I don't even know who they were.
Why?
It's like, because Eric and Abdi, right? Eric's got his sign. He's, they know what's going on because they've been informed too. They didn't give a fuck about me. I just walked out of their ER, and they didn't even ask me.
So, the cop that was there, you can't just tell him to get out of your room?
He ended up walking out.
Right.
Because I wasn't going to talk to him, but I'm telling you, I was not going to let people stay and listen inside me. It was uncomfortable.
Right.
That small town.
So are you going to pursue what's happened now with the undersheriff?
Well, that's part of, you can't publish this part.
Oh, then don't tell me anything.
Yeah. So,
okay.
Because it involves this criminal case, right?
Okay.
We got a lot going on here.
That's awesome.
After that, right?
Mm-hmm.
They issued a warrant for me 5 days later.
That's another game they like to play, is where they get together, they brainstorm, what can we get her on, we get her on, and they sift through the law books. Can I ask what the warrant was about?
It was for that event. You can throw them through the door.
Well, what's the charge?
The charges are interference with government operations, disorderly conduct, I think. There's 3 or 4 charges. I can't even remember. All misdemeanors, bullshit.
So,
refuse to leave a public building. Yeah, just dumb shit.
So because he attacked you and you're gonna pursue, probably, he's trying to get the jump on you.
You better believe it. Yep. So, whatever. I turn myself in. They think they're going to fucking scare me. No, they're not.
That doesn't seem like it to me.
Yeah.
Turn yourself in. Okay.
Spent, I don't know, like 3 hours total by the time I went in and out, processed through their jail. I don't have anything but good things to say about the jail.
Well, good.
Their jail staff, nice and professional, did a great job, right? So I bond in and out. A week goes by. We need to go back to Morgan County. Eric Abadi and I. Because we need some records. So, we're in the process of doing some stuff in the courthouse, and Liberty Freaks over there by the sheriff's department filming, right? So they're live streaming, and, Crown's probably watching it, little Sheriff Crown. And I'm not too much into protesting that day or really doing a lot because we just needed to get some documents. And the two of them wanted to go over to the sheriff's department and go in the door and get some names and request some records and stuff. So I stayed outside. And I sat in my car and I waited. And Eric and Liberty Freak come out the door, and Crone is following them. And Eric is just letting him have it, right?
Yeah.
He had just kicked him out of there because he didn't like the way Eric was talking. The women in the office didn't really appreciate what Eric was saying, so he had to leave.
Okay.
Well, you'll see that video as well.
All right.
Right? So I get out of my car and I just start filming. I'm just like, hey, what the hell? And I'm just kind of talking to myself, talking to the camera. And he chases Eric and Abadi off the property, across the parking lot. They're on the public sidewalk. I go get back in my car. I'm like, all right, it's time to go. And, yada, yada, yada. And I'm getting in my car, getting my seatbelt on, situating myself. And I go to put my car in reverse, and I look in the mirror, and here comes little Crown Zone. All 5'2" of him, blah, 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 just marching right up behind my car. I thought, oh, okay, put the car back in park because I'm sure the fuck not going to put the car in reverse and, be accused of, murder or some bullshit.
Right.
Put the car in park. He walks up to my window and he starts banging on my window. And so I get my phone and I'm getting ready to get my camera, and my battery's dead and my radio's going, and I'm trying to adjust stuff, and he's hollering and shit outside my car window, and I don't really hear what he's saying. And he smacks the window. That's it. Get out of the car. You're under arrest.
What?
What the fuck what is he doing? Right? And so I looked at him, and I kind of looked back in the mirror to see where Eric and Abadi were, and all of a sudden, all these guys come running out the front door. All these cops. And I'm like, what the fuck? Right? So I opened the door. I stepped out of the car. I said, what are you doing? You're under arrest.
For what?
For what? He wouldn't say a fucking word. Come with me. I'm like, come with him. And he goes marching off, back into the sheriff's department. And all the cops are standing there looking at me, and I'm looking at them. Nobody knows what the fuck to do. Right? So I follow him. And Eric and Abadi are screaming from the street, you touch her, I'm going to kick your fucking ass. Right? And they're just going off. Now they're making a live stream. We go march in the sheriff's department. He takes me into a conference room. Sit down. Sits me down in this chair in a conference room, and all the sheriff's department employees come running in the room. And they're all standing there. And I'm looking at him, and I'm looking around. He throws his hand down on the table. Now, what was the purpose of today? And it got real quiet, and I looked at him, and I said, Sheriff Crum, I really need to use the restroom right about now. I said, can I go to the restroom? And then I'll come back out here, and then I'll think about it, and I'll decide whether or not I want to talk to you. That's it. Get up. Oh, okay. So I stand up, and he goes walking off, and he turns around. You come with me right now. And everybody looks at each other, right? And I just kind of walk and follow him. He takes me into the jail. And he puts me in a booking room Well, it's not the booking. Well, yeah, it's a booking room where they're strip searching a man.
Whoa.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
And I stand there, and a female guard comes running over, and somebody goes over to Crone, and a couple more guys come over, and they're like, wait, what's going on? I'm like, so is this what you guys do when you have men and women together in the jail? We all just kind of huddle together here, and one of the guards said, can you step out here with me? And I'm like, sure. And Crone's on the telephone, and he's freaking out on the phone. And I assume that he's talking to the district attorney. Well, you know what? I tried, but they just kept yelling, and what am I supposed to do when they're ready? Slams the phone down. Right? And I'm like, what's going on? He doesn't know why the fuck he just did what he did with me, so he called the DA.
Right.
And I'm thinking to myself, so the DA is probably telling him, you fucking idiot, what did you just do? Right? And so now he's in a conundrum. He doesn't know what to do. So what does he do? He goes out and arrests Eric and Abdi.
For what?
They're up at the corner now. They're protesting over at the corner. We don't know. He has no basis for these arrests. None.
Well, what's the charge?
Eric. Disorderly conduct.
Oh, my God.
Oh, yeah.
What did they do with you? So what do you do with you?
So they finally put me in a holding cell.
Mm-hmm.
They processed me,
mm-hmm.
put me in a holding cell, but would never charge me. And then they put the magnet thing over the window, and I'm like, shit's about to get real. Well, here come Abdi and Eric in that jail, and holy shit. If you ever want to put something on your bucket list, put going to jail with Eric Brandt on your bucket list.
I'm good.
I shit you not. He had that whole jail. Oh, my God. He never lowered his voice. He had everybody listening to him about how to file complaints and understand the inmate handbook and all, blah, blah, blah. And he and Abdi were making jokes, and they were laughing, and I was yelling through the door at him, and we were talking about taking the jail staff out to dinner. I mean, we had that whole jail in fucking hysterics.
That's great.
And the jail staff, they didn't say a word. They were just going with it. Because they knew.
Sure.
They knew what was going on.
Sure.
Right?
Sure.
So I finally get a hold of my husband, and he comes and bails me out. And I get out real quick, because I'm the one that's picking up the phone, going, hey, you guys better figure out what you're doing with me, because you're holding me with no charges right now. So why don't you go ahead and get me my inmate handbook so I can start filing grievances, right? And so they know.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Crone finally comes in at like 8:30 that night. It happened at 3, and he signed the warrant for, what did he charge me with that one? Yeah, disorderly conduct, just some more bullshit misdemeanors. I can't even remember what they were. And, my husband, he bonded me out real quick, but we couldn't get Eric and Abdi out. Because guess what he did?
What?
He went and back charged them from the event on the 9th when he threw me through the door.
Oh.
He charged them for the events on July 9th as well. Because you know why? Because at this point, they had already arrested me twice, had all these charges on me, and didn't have shit on Eric and Abdi.
So they're just trumping up charges?
Yep.
Wow.
Yep. The 3 of us, we have 7 cases.
And it's all the same county?
Yep, it's that same goddamn sheriff, little Jim Crone. Jim
Crone, and who's the under sheriff?
It's Dave Martin.
And
Dave Martin will be sworn in like January 10th.
And who's the DA?
Brittany Lewton, Lewton, and you'll have a letter in your email too from her. It's a declination letter refusing to charge Martin with assault.
Why?
Because it didn't warrant it. What he did was reasonable force.
Reasonable force for what?
You'll love it. Read the declination.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, this is crazy shit.
So you're telling me your husband's scared about something?
The fact that he's not scared. He's pissed off, right? Because,
sure.
What is he supposed to do? Show up there with a fucking smile on his face?
No, of course not.
Right? So he's having a hard time even just going to court with me because he wants to kill all these fucking assholes.
I bet.
You know? And it just creates a whole level of a lot of animosity. But that's what I meant when I thanked you. When I thanked you for publishing that and giving him hope that there's actual real men out there that know this shit isn't okay. And it's not sugar-coated with flowery feel-good words.
Right. And there's people who actually are watching and agree with you, and there's people who are taking action.
Yep.
I mean, you're in the best company as far as I'm concerned, because those guys have bigger nuts than me, man. I don't ever want to be arrested or have my freedom taken. So.
Yep.
Not that I haven't. Go ahead.
None of that was planned.
Of course not.
In the whole, trumping up all those extra charges on Abdi and Eric really created a financial hardship to try to get them bailed out.
Hopefully they'll get a jury.
Well, does it make sense to even have it in that same county? Because guess what he did?
What?
He published the fucking body cam footage on their Facebook page.
They what?
The Sheriff's Department, Morgan County Sheriff's Facebook page. Sheriff Crone published that body cam footage of them throwing me through the door. And then he wrote a narrative about it.
What was the narrative?
You gotta read it. It's a big long rant about these protesters behaving bad in this county, and if they keep it up, we're gonna arrest them, and yada yada yada.
Behaving badly.
Yeah.
Because you're trying to affect change by being very vocal about freedom.
Mm-hmm. They don't respect that. You don't open your mouth. You speak when spoken to in these parts.
I don't think so.
Yeah, well, they do. And they'll kick your fucking ass if you don't listen to them.
Until they go one ass kicking too far, and then the tables are going to turn. Tables are already turned.
The community loved it. You should read the comments. There's thousands of comments.
Saying what? You deserved it?
Oh, absolutely.
That you deserved it.
Absolutely.
Yeah. That's disgusting.
It's infuriating.
That's disgusting, is what it is.
I'll send you the link.
You know what? A lot of them people they have a cop in their family, or their uncle's a cop, or they're just brainwashed.
Yep.
Until one of them rapes one of their kids, or throws one of their moms through the door, or, shoots one of their family members in the head, they're not going to get it. They're not going to understand.
Nope.
Where are you from originally?
Denver.
Oh, you're from there, huh? And you've known Eric?
Yeah.
You've known Eric for a long, long time, huh?
Yeah, I've known of Eric since day one. I've followed him since day one.
And Eric's about to go to jail on the 20th, is that right?
On the 20th, yep.
For sidewalk talk?
Yep, Westminster, because they're lost appeals, and Westminster's about to get their ass handed to them in a federal lawsuit. So of course they're going to put Eric in jail.
All right. So let's plug your YouTube channel one more time. It's ReganBenson.
Correct.
And what else, man? You're awesome. You're awesome. You're awesome.
Thanks, John.
You're fucking awesome. What
can
I
we just
say?
have more? We just need more.
More what? Of us?
Yes, and more women.
Hell yeah. I was hoping you'd only be wearing your blue eyeshadow during this interview.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
I told someone I would say that, so I had to slip it in there. Pun intended. Hey-o. Hey-o. Anyway.
I really appreciate you.
I appreciate you.
Well, thank you.
Just like with anything, there's a few women here and there that do awesome jobs. There's one lady called Josie the Outlaw, and then you got the Granite State Transparency, and then I don't know how, but out of nowhere, you just shot out of a cannon, and I had to speak with you.
Yeah, right out of the cannon.
Well, overnight success only took 20 years.
But here, look, I've been active for a very long time.
Me too.
And I do it with a goal,
Good.
and I want to help people.
Yes.
And I want to empower people. Right?
Yes.
And this is how it gets done. But I couldn't really put myself out there all the time because every time I would take a few steps forward, they'd start targeting my kids, right?
What? That's even more brave because I don't have kids, so it's even easier for me.
Yeah.
Having kids, that's rough, man, especially if you're going after people who have jurisdiction in your town.
Yep.
Do you live in that same town?
No, we live in a town called Akron, not Akron, Ohio. And there is an Akron in Colorado, but it's the next county over. But it's still part of this judicial district, the 13th judicial district, and that's where it all started.
Is it two different sheriff's departments?
Yep, two different sheriff's departments, Washington County, and they started targeting my kid right away.
Mm-hmm.
I said, "We're not going to do this shit. We're not going to do it." And we had a few blowouts. And ironically, I mean, this is a little off topic, but this is kind of important to note. I had a cop living next door to me, Washington County Sheriff, the county commissioner's son, harassing the shit out of my kid. My kid finally caught him on video, right? We put him out on cop block. Yeah, he just got charged with sexual contact with a minor.
Oh, my God.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And then one of Eric's arresting officers got caught raping a woman?
Yeah. What was his name? Whatever the heck he was over there in Westminster. Got 90 days.
So your neighbor who was a cop got caught messing with kids, right?
Yep.
And then the cop who arrested Eric, one of the cops who arrested Eric, just got caught raping a woman.
Got caught, convicted, only serving 90 days. I know. What are the odds of two people having interactions with two predator cops in this state? Colorado harbors bad cops.
90 days for rape?
Yep, 90 days.
90 days for rape?
Yep. They even pled guilty.
What in the fuck is going on? Holy shit.
Back to blue.
Blue waffles.
Eric's new saying, bareback the blue.
Yeah. So that was hilarious when you were interviewing with the guy, and he's like, "So, Mrs. Regan, what does bareback the blue mean?" You're like, "I mean, I gotta spell it out for you, Grandpa, or what?" Bareback.
Could you tell I was a little bit uncomfortable?
You know what the thing was there? He thought that meant something violent, like do something violent to the police. He didn't realize that meant...
That's how dumb he is.
Doesn't that just mean have intercourse without a condom on? Isn't that what that means?
Bareback. You ride a horse bareback. Bareback.
I'm thinking of Brokeback. I'm thinking Brokeback.
You got to stay on the horse.
See, what happens with my mind is I see Colorado, then I think about mountains, then I think about bareback, and I'm thinking bareback mountains, and then it's actually Brokeback Mountain. So bareback just means riding a horse, riding something without a saddle.
There you go. Ride it good.
I'm glad we had this talk.
5-year-old man in a rural part of Colorado, this IA investigator in Greeley is asking me what bareback means. Dude, you live in a rural area. You know what bareback means. I think he was just trying to be a creep with me.
Maybe he's scared that you guys are going to ride the police everywhere.
Well, we just might.
All right.
The best pork teeth.
Let's do something to finish this, even though I could talk for hours because it takes me a long time to edit. So, like I said, Regan, you're awesome. Go to Regan Benson's YouTube channel and subscribe. Subscribe to mine. And you have my personal phone number. You can call me anytime you want, any time of day. If I'm not available, I'll call you back. And what else would you like to tell tens of people right now?
Tens of thousands of people.
Hopefully.
John, you're awesome. Thank you very, very much.
Thank
for
you.
bringing awareness to it. I hope it activates a whole bunch of people. I hope it activates whole hell of a lot of people in Colorado because we don't have enough activists here. We need more. Be smart, be empowered, stick together. Don't go out there by yourselves, right? Just work to continue to expose it and make it better for someone else. You know, part of the reason that we all do this is because we've been wronged. Our families have been screwed. Our kids have been criminalized. And we just want to try to prevent it happening to the next person. So, that's me.
You're awesome, and let's talk more often.
All right.
All right, Regan. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
Thanks, Don.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
All right, that was Regan Benson, everybody. Please go to her channel and subscribe. REGAN space BENSON. Thanks. Bye.